The rain poured down in sheets, drenching the quiet streets of Oakwood, turning the city into a blurred mix of gray and reflections. Jonathan Hayes, a single father, was driving home after a long day at work, the weight of bills, responsibilities, and raising his little daughter pressing heavily on him. His heart was tired, but he was determined to provide her the life she deserved. That's when he saw her. Her car was stalled on the side of the road, smoke rising from the engine. Jonathan pulled over without a second thought, knowing the dangers of leaving anyone stranded in this storm. As he approached, he noticed her uniform. A police officer. Strong, poised, and drenched, struggling with the car's hood. His breath caught in his throat because he recognized her instantly. It was Emily Parker, the woman who had once owned his heart, the woman who had shattered it years ago. The memories rushed back like a flood. Late-night talks, shared laughter, promises made under starlit skies, and then the heartbreak that had left him questioning if love was ever worth it. And now here she was, standing helpless in the rain. "Need some help?" Jonathan called out, forcing a casual tone as if seeing her again wasn't shaking him to his core. Emily looked up, startled, and for a brief moment, Jonathan saw a flicker of recognition in her eyes. She hesitated, then nodded. "Car broke down. I didn't expect anyone to stop in this weather." Jonathan smiled gently, trying to ignore the thrum of old emotions. "Lucky for you, I didn't have anywhere urgent to be." He crouched by the engine, offering her a hand to steady herself. The rain soaked them both, but neither seemed to care. As he worked to get her car running again, Emily spoke softly, almost as if afraid of breaking the fragile bubble of this unexpected reunion. "Jonathan, it's been a long time." "It has," he admitted, keeping his eyes on the engine, though every nerve in him wanted to look at her face, memorize it again. "How have you been?" "Busy, life's busy," she said, tucking her wet hair behind her ears, her gaze dropping to the ground. Then, almost abruptly, she laughed, a sound that felt both familiar and haunting. "I never thought I'd see you here helping me. Of all people." Jonathan paused, letting her words sink in. "Some things never change," he said, and there was a weight in his voice he couldn't hide. "I still look out for people who need it." Finally, after what felt like hours though it was only minutes, the engine sputtered and roared to life. Emily exhaled in relief, and for a moment, the rain seemed to lighten around them, as if the world was granting them a brief reprieve. "Thanks, Jonathan," she said, her voice quiet but sincere. "I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't stopped." He met her eyes, and suddenly, all the pain of the past mingled with hope for the future. "You don't have to thank me," he said softly. "Just be careful out here." She smiled, a genuine smile that reminded him why he had fallen in love with her in the first place. "I always am." As she drove away, Jonathan stood there in the rain, heart racing, a thousand thoughts swirling in his mind. Old wounds stirred, yes, but so did something he hadn't felt in years: hope. Hope that maybe, just maybe, life was giving them a second chance. Little did Jonathan know, this encounter was only the beginning. A chance meeting in the rain would unravel past pain, challenge their fears, and lead them both on a journey neither of them expected. A journey that would test love, trust, and the courage to heal. Before moving on, remember to hit that subscribe button and like this story if you love real, heartfelt tales about love and second chances. Your support means everything and keeps these stories coming. Weeks passed, and Jonathan couldn't stop thinking about her. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Emily's smile, felt the brush of her hand against his while they had worked on her car. He tried to push the memories aside. He had a daughter who needed him, a life that demanded his full attention, but the pull of her presence was impossible to ignore. Then one rainy evening he found her at the grocery store, searching for cans of soup in the dimly lit aisle. She looked up, eyes widening in surprise, and his heart skipped a beat. "Jonathan?" she asked, disbelief in her voice. "Emily," he said, feeling a rush of emotion that nearly made him lose his balance. "I guess we keep running into each other." They laughed awkwardly, the kind of laugh that hides nerves but also the thrill of being near someone you've never stopped caring for. Jonathan could see the subtle changes in her, the lines that time had etched, the quiet strength that radiated from her every movement, but the essence of her, the Emily he had loved and lost, was still there. As they walked through the aisles together, catching up on life, work, and the small moments they had missed, Jonathan realized how much he had missed her. Not just her presence, but the way she made him feel alive, understood, and capable of dreaming again. "You know," Emily said softly as they reached the checkout, "I've thought about you. More than I probably should have." Jonathan's chest tightened. "I've thought about you too. Every day, actually." For the first time in years, they didn't talk about the past heartbreak. Instead, they spoke about what could be: second chances, new beginnings, and the possibility of love that had grown stronger through absence. Weeks turned into months, and their friendship blossomed into something deeper. Jonathan's daughter adored Emily, sensing the warmth and kindness that only she seemed to bring into their home. Family dinners became filled with laughter, storytelling, and moments that Jonathan thought he had lost forever. Through rainy days, sleepless nights, and life's unexpected twists, they learned to trust each other again. The past no longer held them hostage. Instead, it became a testament to their resilience. Every smile, every shared glance, every small act of kindness reaffirmed that love, true love, was worth fighting for, worth trusting again, and worth building a future around. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky in shades of gold, Jonathan took Emily's hand in his, feeling the steady warmth of her fingers against his. "I know we've been through a lot," he said, "but I want us to face the future together. No fears, no doubts, just us." Tears glistened in her eyes as she nodded. "I want that too. I never stopped caring, Jonathan. I just needed to find my courage." And in that moment, surrounded by love, hope, and the promise of tomorrow, they realized that life's storms, both literal and emotional, had led them to each other. Past wounds healed, hearts mended, and a family forged from trust, patience, and unwavering love was born. This is a story of courage, of choosing hope over fear, and of believing in second chances. If you felt the pull of love, the pain of heartbreak, or the joy of healing together, hit that subscribe button, like this story, and share it with someone who needs to believe in the power of love again. Because sometimes the most unexpected encounters can change your life forever.
Sometimes life gives us a second chance, not just at love, but at happiness, trust, and family. It's in the small moments, the shared laugh, the gentle hand, the hug that says everything words can't, that we find the real magic. Remember, it's never too late to open your heart again.